The Boise area officially out of drought status. CBS 2's Angela Kernel looks into what this means for farmers.
Well, this year looks like it'll be the complete opposite of last year. Experts say farmers in the Treasure Valley should be in good shape getting through this irrigation season.
We're going to come out of a dry year with carryover in the reservoir system. That's amazing.
Water experts and farmers had been bracing for a tight water year, but after a dry January through February, temperatures stayed cool and we got more precipitation.
On March 8th, the system just, it turned around. Temperatures stayed really cold.
That cool weather shifting the snowmelt this spring by about a month.
It really delayed the irrigation season. It delayed the crop demand. And so just now we're starting to get normal crop demand. And we're just finishing off the snowmelt.
State hydrologist David Hokema says that means there's a pretty good chance there will be extra carryover in the reservoirs at the end of the year.
The excess carryover on the Boise system is really valuable.
That's because we've had 2 back-to-back La Niñas and a third coming. Historically, he says consecutive La Niñas get drier, and these last 2 have already been dry. So if the third one follows that pattern, he says we could head toward a record-setting drought next year.
Everybody is really, set to conserve this year, and it's a good idea because, we don't know what next year is going to bring. Conservation is still a good idea. We are looking at the potential of being in a multi-year drought cycle.
Hokema says if you use a ditch irrigation system, continuing to irrigate is actually a good thing.
There's not going to be a shortage of water, so just keep that water coming down the ditch, irrigate as normal, because that'll provide some incidental recharge to the aquifer.
But if you're using the city system or a well,
that's where conservation gives us the most bang for our buck. The aquifer gets its recharge in really wet years, and so if we can limit the amount of water we're pulling from the aquifer, that keeps the aquifer healthy.
And eastern Idaho is still in a drought. Experts say farmers there may have just enough water to scrape by, but they'll likely end up with a completely depleted or almost depleted reservoir system. Reporting in studio, Angela Kernel, CBS 2 News.